Baby, listen. Make sure you like this video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New. And, honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I am back to talk about Funky Dineva's rants that he went on dragging Michelle Brown and Tasha K. There was some YouTubers, honey, in their feelings. And SHARELLE'S world, honey, was one of them. She felt like Funky was talking to her, okay? She said that Funky Dineva called out all the people that followed Michelle Brown, and it's the fat and ugly people, disenfranchised people, the people that's not where they need to be in life, them the type of people that follow her. I don't feel like he was talking about SHARELLE'S world, so I don't understand why she felt a way about what he was saying. Now, if you don't like what he's saying, then that's one thing, but to say you feel like he's talking about you because you are a follower of Michelle Brown, look, I don't think he's talking about you per se. Not a blogger. I think he was talking about a regular audience member. What do y'all think? And they have the right to feel offended too. But do y'all see what I'm saying? Okay, I felt like she was more or less adding herself to the pot, What do y'all think? Y'all get down in the comments and let me feel. Let me know how you feel about all of this. Listen, okay, because there's a lot going on. And, honey, Funky dragged, honey, okay? Okay, he dragged her and Tasha K, honey, and Tasha K husband. It's a mess. So, SHARELLE'S world feels like Funky Dineva feels as if people like Michelle Brown, they like her YouTube channel, there must be something wrong with them. I mean, I guess. Like I said before, I still feel like she's like adding herself, to their situation. And then, like I said, on top of it, Michelle has been dragging him for years. For years on end, she's always making commentary about him. And I know some people will say, oh, but he dogged her, he disrespected her. Y'all can't tell people when to get over stuff. I feel like if you keep dragging him, it just makes you look bad. It just makes you look bitter. It makes you look like you're stuck. Okay? It does. She has the right to feel how she feels, but honey, it's just a mess. Like me personally, I would prefer to move on in my life. When it comes to certain things, I am starting to feel like maybe his success bothers her a little bit. Maybe, SHARELLE'S world, honey, also says that this rant that he went on, it screams like addiction, like maybe he may be back allegedly using. What do y'all think about that? Did y'all feel like, that was too much? She was putting 20 on 10 when it comes to that. So Funky says it's a whole bunch of bitter, miserable, unattractive people that represents Michelle's tribe. Child, he's exaggerating. He's, in his feelings. He putting 20 on 10. He's trying to make a point. I feel like SHARELLE'S world shouldn't take all of this so literally. You know what I'm saying? And then, a lot of people is saying, including her, that he hates women and, he hates black women. People have been saying that for years. Like I told y'all, I love Funky Dineva. I love his YouTube channel. I don't agree with everything he says. None of us agree 100% with, somebody that we do like and that we do admire. So let's put that out there. So that doesn't exist, right? But like I said, I feel like he was just like really fed up with her. What do y'all think about it? Let's see what some people think about this. One person says he has a lot of nerve. He is not attractive. Another person says Funky always looks dirty and he had the audacity to say those things. Another person says Funky does speak negatively about women. He should not threaten to hit a woman. He is a man and it's not acceptable to threaten to physically hit a woman. Another person says, I was looking for a response to Tasha K. And it's weird because as a black woman, I feel the total opposite. I've literally stopped watching Straight from the A because Michelle always brings up Funky, Dineva, or Claudia Jordan. It's like she is holding on to those two for content for dear life. It's kind of weird being from Atlanta and 42. I've been watching and reading their stuff since they started way before the levels now. Michelle deserves this lashing from Funky because he does not bring that lady up, but you can look on YouTube and find a whole bunch of videos from Michelle still talking about dog doo-doo and the townhouse. I've been had cussed her ass out too. Tasha K also. I don't defend women spitting all that mess out, but when someone gets fed up and stamps, they want to play victim and use the hate women cloak. Nah, fight your own battle. Tasha and Michelle dog out black women too, but do they hate black women too? So I didn't give this video a click, but the title is wild. So this person is coming at SHARELLE'S world because, you know, they didn't like what she was saying about it. So what y'all feel about that? Another person says, I have loved Funky since he began, and I love SHARELLE too since the beginning for the both of you, and have never stopped loving the both of your channels. To say I was so disappointed in this current rant he did yesterday. To say it is horrific is an understatement. Whew. It's a mess. I am kind of sick of people saying, yeah, he just hate all women. He just hate black women. Like, there's so much more to Funky Dineva than just that. Now, does he say problematic shiggity about women, especially black women? Yes. He does from time to time. But for people to make that his whole identity, I don't like that. Because I don't know, it just seems lazy. You know, like he has his ways about him. And I don't think he just be like dragging black women. I think he just says problematic shiggity as a whole. Remember when he was down to TGIF, they was always going viral for all the wrong reasons. Him making, you know, problematic statements, right? Another person says Funky is jealous of women because he presents that he can never be a woman. And him wearing that blonde wig with that red lipstick is insulting and making fun of women. Another person says, sometimes SHARELLE never gets the whole story. Michelle has been constantly dogging Funky Dineva out for years, and he has been ignoring her for years. At some point, enough is enough, and out of all the people you should know about, enough is enough. This person is calling out SHARELLE'S world because she recently got into it, her and Perry, with the ATV2 guy. He has a YouTube channel, you guys. So they've been into it with him, and then it was some other people in the past that was coming for SHARELLE'S world, and she had to clap back. So, child, it is a mess. Another person says, I don't care whether Funky Dineva hates women or not, but Michelle has been poking that bear and calling that man for years. Let her sit in it. She gets no sympathy votes over here. As to what he said with Tasha, Tasha does give that vibe where you want to slap her in real life, but I am certain Funky was not serious about what he said. Another person says Michelle should stop dragging him on her platform. Funky has never talked about Michelle publicly, but Michelle continues to drag Funky. I've been on several of her lives, and she always brings up Funky, calling him all types of names. I don't think you understand the full context of this beef. So somebody calls out SHARELLE'S world and says this lady is very hypocritical. For starters, she doesn't have any friends in these YouTube streets. No one stays very long in her YouTube life. She lies on stories for the sake of making herself sound like she knows what she's talking about. She isn't telling the entire truth on this situation between Funky and Michelle, and that is obvious. Michelle talks about Funky constantly on a weekly basis, and Funky never responds. I don't know why he decided to respond this time, but we all know how low Funky can get when he gets attacked. Just like herself, I started following her during the King Pain saga, and to watch her get vulgar and uncouth like that was sad and embarrassing. The second time was when they fell out with Michael Stovall. They threatened that poor man's life, and it was awful. They got angry because Michael was telling the truth. She never goes too long before she is cussing somebody out and threatening to sue them. Why is she inserting herself into this situation? It feels as though she's taking it personal, which is strange. Remember, I just said that. Another person says, I can't stand Funky Dineva, never could. He has always been a very disrespectful, nasty mess. After he went off on Chloe Bailey on Fox Soul, I stopped watching because I couldn't tolerate him anymore. The disrespectful way he talked about Chloe was uncalled for. I agree with that. That was crazy. And it just made him look really jealous that he could never be a woman like Chloe. What do you all think of that? Yeah, that was something that I definitely disagreed with. Another person says, is what I hate about all of this is that we as black women, some of us always try to throw the we are black women card around. We are black women. It does not give black women the right to talk shit about someone for 10 years when that black man hasn't said anything about that person for 10 years. Sharelle, it's all about respect, sweetie. So yeah, these people, they fed up, with Sharelle and, her giving her opinion. Another person says, Sharelle, you gotta remember that he's not a straight man. He wears wigs and lipstick, makeup like he's a woman. He loves to portray himself as a woman. Don't worry, Sharelle. Tasha K is gonna respond to him, and I think he's just talking. Cause trust, she's not worried at all. Those three don't like each other. Child, another person drags Sharelle and says, Sharelle, why are you inserting yourself into this conflict? This isn't about you. It must be a slow news day. Replaying this video is just feeding the flames. Many of your videos are always around toxicity and drama. What do y'all think about this? I feel like she has the right to have an opinion about it, but I don't think she should feed into it from a personal standpoint. Ooh, another person says, this is why I stopped following Sharelle's world. We were telling Funky Dineva to move on, and someone in the chat said Michelle said it. We told him it wasn't Michelle, and if it's two content creators, and if two content creators have beef, I stay out of it. And when he says fish, he's not talking about all women. He's talking about Michelle. You should listen to it first and then give commentary. So what y'all think about this? This is just messy, child. It's a mess. All right, so in other news, honey, we got Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kenya Moore's ex-husband, Mark Daly, sued for eviction and over $448K in unpaid rent. The Jasmine brand, shout out to them, say that Kenya Moore's ex-husband, Mark Daly, is facing serious legal troubles, including an eviction lawsuit for his Brooklyn apartment. The landlord claims Mark signed a lease extension in February of 2024, set to end in June 2024, 2025. Can't even get the words out, child. But failed to pay rent for August and September of 2024, accumulating a debt of $9,341. Mark, who was paying $4,920.82 monthly, now faces eviction after a February 2025 judgment. Additionally, Mark is involved in another lawsuit regarding unpaid rent on 2 retail spaces. A landlord sued Mark and 2 LLCs alleging they defaulted on leases for properties in Brooklyn, resulting in an outstanding balance of over $448,000. Mark owned the Brooklyn restaurant Soko, which closed in December of 2024 after 15 years, citing a shift towards media. The landlord served legal papers at the restaurant in October of 2024. Mark and the LLCs denied the allegations, claiming the landlord could re-let the property and that the suit should be dismissed. A hearing is set for June. What do y'all think of that? You never win, honey, when you play dirty, honey. He was over there keeping Kenya Moore hostage in that sham of a marriage, honey. Okay, I can't completely feel bad for Kenya, though, because, child, all them years she dragged all them people's marriages, and then when she get married, she thought she would just disappear off the scene and then come back calling this nigga baby, and we was supposed to be with it. Okay, shame, 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 but Mark, honey, what you gonna do? Shit. The peoples, honey, want they money, want they coins. Okay, a mess. Okay, so in other news, a TikToker reveals Angela Oakley's husband fathered a child outside their marriage in 2017. Now, remember when she gave that story about him being kicked out by some man that didn't like him? Okay, because Angela had mentioned that Charles got kicked out of Madison Square Garden. Okay. And it's funny, I was watching Rodney The Voice's Real Housewives of Atlanta review, and he was like, something ain't right, something ain't clean in the buttermilk, baby. Okay? He was like, no, I'm not buying that y'all broke up just because Charles got kicked out of Madison Square Garden. That ain't what happened. You know, so yeah, he had a baby. And the TikToker pointed out how Angela mentioned Charles has this child, and this is who we got together, and this is who we got, this is who I got, and yeah. It's a mess, honey, a mess. Okay, and some more juicy news is someone dug up an old Wendy Williams episode from 2020 where Wendy claimed Angela once told her to stay with her husband despite him having a baby on her. Angela admitted she chose to deal with it and stay. Child, what y'all think about this? And Angela is one of my favorites. I'm really feeling her and Kelly, okay? So, yeah, this is crazy, but I'm sure they go get to the bottom of it, okay? If it were me, I would have just came onto the show and I would have put out what happened, because that's, the people's, honey, they gonna have a field day with this. Basketball Wives is coming back May 13th, I believe. No, it ain't May 13th. When is it? My bad. It's May 5th. May 5th at 8 p.m. Will you be watching? Jackie Christie, her daughter Chantel, will be joining the cast. What do y'all think of that? And my whole thing is, what the hell is Shawnee doing on the show? You done married the preacher, child. You got your man. So why you all up in the cast photo, Shawnee? A mess. They got, what's that girl, Ty, that used to be with Mimi? She gonna be on there. Brandy's still on there. Single black female is what Forrest Roch used to call her, child. A mess. And they got some more new people. Ming Lee, Denise Rian, Brittany Renner is coming back. Tai Young, that's her name. That's Mimi's ex. Oh, and I believe that Angela mentioned in her interview, I think she did an interview with Page Six, that her and Phaedra is gonna get into it. Baby, that's going to be good. Okay, that is going to be good, and honey, Miss Robinson is looking forward to it. Child, they did a mock trial in the case of Sean Diddy Combs. It suggests that the media mogul could face an uphill battle when his federal trial begins in May. But he was found guilty by the mock trial. Damn, already, child. That's a mess. All right, you guys, that's all I have to say about all of this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.